Good afternoon, countrymen and women, and all those who are watching my live broadcasts from wherever you are watching us. Today I want to talk about one very, very important issue that, if not well handled, can lead into a lot of problems. Today I want to handle one issue that, if not well handled by those in government, can bring very serious issues and division in the nation. And not only that, it can also lead to poverty levels increasing from the over 60-70% that we are standing at to close to 90%. Colleagues in government, I want to address you over this issue. Please get politics out of fisp. Take politics away from fisp. You are going to divide this country very badly, and you are going to destroy the peace that this country has enjoyed over the last over 50 years that we have been independent. Where I come from, they say, akasosa kaviye kamunda. Akasosa kaviye kamunda. Meaning, therefore, that food is extremely important in one's life. Meaning, therefore, that if one doesn't eat, or if the nation doesn't have food, then we have a problem. Then we'll have a very big problem. 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I did make a by-the-way statement concerning and advising the Minister of the Copper Belt to immediately lift the illegal, and I'm calling it illegal because the Minister of the Copper Belt has nothing to do with fisp. Fisp is supposed to be administered by the camp extension officers and the district agriculture officer, the DACO, through cooperatives. And I don't think the provincial minister is defined anywhere to have the powers to say I've suspended the distribution of fisp. I did advise him, my dear brother and friend, Honorable Matambo, with due respect. 2 days later, he called for a meeting where he asked the provincial agriculture officer to explain and come up with ways of how they are going to resolve the issues surrounding this year's distribution of fisp, or fertilizer and seed, as it were. I was extremely disappointed. And not only me, as I speak to you, I have received so many old people, so many farmers from within Luansha coming to my house, literally crying. And listen to this. Farmers literally crying. At Kambwili twapapa tatulandile niko twalafwa batwipaya. The minister and the DACO announced that this year's distribution will be as follows. 80% of the fertilizer will be given to new cooperatives, and that 20% will be given to old cooperatives. My dear brothers and sisters in government, don't go this route. Please stop this proposal. You are sending the poor farmers into abject poverty, and you are killing their families you are killing the economy of certain towns and peri-urban and rural areas. Look, fisp was introduced to help the viable but vulnerable farmers. It was not introduced to help your political cadres or to help people that helped you from government. I have said, and I want to say it again, that fisp was introduced by late President Patrick Mwanawasa, State Council, may he so rest in peace. And throughout the MMD regime or the MMD era, they started with about 200,000 farmers. And by the time MMD was leaving office, they were giving 500,000 small-scale farmers. When PF came into office, the 500 farmers that MMD had left on fisp were not removed from the fisp beneficiaries. They were never even tampered with. What PF did, dear colleagues, was that they wanted to increase the numbers of the beneficiaries because the program had proved that it was a worthwhile program that had even resulted into a bumper harvest under MMD. And what PF did was to build on these numbers so that we could record more bumper harvest. And true to this, PF throughout their being in power recorded bumper harvests year by year, increasing on the numbers. Do you know why? They did not tamper with the 500,000 beneficiaries that MMD left on the list. Because as far as PF was concerned, these who were benefiting from fisp were not MMD cadres, but were Zambians, viable but vulnerable farmers. They increased the number to 1 million beneficiaries. By the time PF was leaving office, we had 1 million beneficiaries. And these 1 million beneficiaries were not drawn from one political party. The cooperatives were being formed through the DACOs, through the camp extension officers, and they were being identified and allowed to apply to increase the number from 500 to 1 million. But today, UPND, you want to politicize fisp. You want to politicize fisp. Yes, we've heard of so many of your cadres in the blogs, on social media, complaining that you have not paid back to your cadres in structures who had held the party for a long time and who helped you form government. Don't follow that trajectory. Don't fall prey to that kind of nonsense. And I'll call it nonsense. Because the people, the 2.8 million people who voted for you were not members of UPND. Among the people that voted you were ordinary citizens who don't even involve themselves in partisan politics, but they just want the best for this country. Among those are the beneficiaries of fisp. But today by UPND, you want to take fisp to give to your cadres using the new cooperatives that you formed. From the time you came into office, you've been telling your cadres, no, form cooperatives. Every time they complain, form cooperative will help you through cooperatives. Then you think Zambians are stupid. That you go and say, fisp 80% will be given to new cooperatives. Who are these new cooperatives? Your own cooperatives. We have already been told that what is happening in the townships and in the compounds is that every cooperative that you feel their PF cadres or their people who are supporting PF, they are telling them, we are not going to deal with you in as far as fisp is concerned. You are forming cooperatives comprising of, you are digging your own grave. Because the same way they were being handled under MMD, the way they were being handled under PF. Don't politicize fisp. Look, these people you want to remove, I've got children in school. I've got families to feed. They also have to survive. For instance, in Ron constituency, my former constituency, the mines used to employ about 25,000 miners. Today, the mine employs less than 1,500 miners. All those who were miners have shifted to small-scale agriculture, and they are the main beneficiaries of the fisp in Ron constituency. And I think they are able to sustain their lives. But you want to remove those people and put your own people. Remove 80% of the old cooperatives and bring in 20% and bring in 80% of new cooperatives. Mulaipa ya abantu. Mulaipa ya abantu, mulaipa ya farmers. Na mupapata umfile nkwa abantu luse. Have mercy on the people. Ababantu balanda babusu. The only thing bakwata baishibabe ne kulima mwabapela ku fertilizer yaba subsidized. Balima bakwate fyakulya, the excess they sell to buy children shoes and send them to school. Elo mwaibati, you 80% uno mwakata mwapoke twalaleta abapya 80%. If you want to bring in new cooperatives, please just increase the number and bring in those new cooperatives. Muifunya prama cooperatives wa new. You cannot come and say this thing at the 11th hour. Ino ishtem flana isa, abantu balelima, they are preparing because they know that they will pay 400 kwacha and they will have 6 bags of fertilizer. And then from nowhere, suddenly, boom, you tell them, no, we are not going to give you this year. We are giving new ones. They don't have the time to organize the money to buy the fertilizer at 1,100 per bag. One would need, if they were to use the 6 bags they were given, 6,600. Where do you expect the poor people to get 6,000? But they've prepared their fields. And then you want to tell them in November that we are not going to give you fertilizer. We are giving new people. And how do you know that the new 80% cooperatives you are given are actually even farmers? If you are not careful, you are going to reduce on the level of production. You are going to, this is going to affect the bumper harvest that we have always, because some of these people don't even have farms at the moment. They are going to sell this fertilizer at exorbitant price and there will be no production. I have said it. PF never removed the list that MMD left. Why are you removing all the beneficiaries and wanting to bring? It is all politics. And my advice to you, honest advice, in earnest, without being malicious, I am appealing to you, but President Hakainde Hichilema, my dear brother Mutolo, Minister of Agriculture, stop it. Stop it, mwana, stop it, malaipa ya bantu Mutolo. I hold you in high esteem, mwana. But if it's not right, it's not correct. President Edgar Lungu, you were telling the same beneficiaries during your campaign that Wakamifunye Airport Kesachitafe had more bags on what you collect. What is this that you are doing? What is is this that you are doing? Leadership is to care about the poor people. You are showing that by bringing 80 new cooperatives who are your own cadres, you are only trying to impress a few people that have been with the party. But these few people are not the ones that made you win elections. Majority of the people that even made you win elections are beneficiaries of fisp. Don't throw them away. Don't throw them away. I warn you and I advise you, stop this. Nami papa tangamulefokuletela for new people. Increase the numbers. But don't go and remove abantu abalanda. Ababantu, like I've said, babuso. Ichoba ishwafe kulima. Please na mupapata mweba mnyinane. Uli na matuonfwe. Bapeni fertilizer abantu ababalanda. Abengi na abesa panopanganda. Balelila from non-constituency. Luanisha constituency. Honorable Tuara Chitashan, please. Tuafuisha ngo nomba nangula afuisha. Tuafunya kwisolupia la kupela abantu bonsa awarechula. Nampapata, please. Leave those on fisp the way they are. If you want to remove them, my advice is, you are the government, you have a choice. But it must be gradual. Mwabebe na chali mkwebati, in the next 2 years tukamifunyapo, mwambi okusunge mpia, fiomulechita produce. So that when we remove you, you stand on your own. But you cannot just come. People have already budgeted. People have already prepared their fields and say government to give us. Hello, at the 11th hour, you tell them, without plan, without, how are you going to survive? Allah, each pingo stila, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. First, no, the whole issue, you wanted a way of removing. When I spoke about it, no, they qualify, but again, true colors of who you are. You are now telling them, no, distribution cover 80% new cooperatives, 20% old cooperatives. Divide each other. Imagine, 80%. After 5 years, you lose election. Government na ya isa gula, balaba alipo mwikepo, baba funyapo na waleta po ababo, ya isa government, where is this country going to end? That's division. That is division of the worst kind. Take politics out of fisp by UPND. Na mpapata. Others may say, oh, PF na baba alechta. What was wrong under PF cannot be right under UPND. If PF did the wrong thing, which I am very sure because I know that Tabafuni Shepo, I beg to be challenged. They did not remove anybody. They made additions. Imomule folk funyapo. In the name of impressing your own cadres. Alamule, you know pamugodi, palivenso sebat, ali ichishla kepi. You are only digging your own graves. My dear brother President Daga in the Ichilema, Abalenga ma President Tukuchita fail, my wrong advisors. Think through these things that these guys are advising you. And Matambo, you are putting your head on the chopping board to get involved directly into these issues of fisp. Anyone will forgive you were not elected. You were nominated. So you have no recourse to the people. You are not answering to any electorates. You are answering to the appointing authority. But I'll tell you one thing. You can only be nominated once or twice. One day you would need to stand. You will need these people to vote for you. And it's not about being voted. It's about just doing the right thing. Can this country come to a point where we can heal and start respecting one another as Zambians? Not looking at regions, tribe, ethnicity, or otherwise. We need to heal and start respecting one another, loving all tribes, loving everybody. This thing of government here is bafunye abantu on national interest aba ku certain region ina yonga ya isapo bafunye abantu aba ku certain region on national interest retired in national interest. Muleona wala fiechalo. My father used to tell me, my late father, Jackson Mwanga Bwembya Kamwalala. But you cannot choose who you work with. You can only choose friends. Just like you cannot choose who your brother should be or sister, because Mufialu affair and your brother and sister. Even work, you don't choose who to work with. Anybody you find, you must create a team and work with them. This idea of wanting to appoint people who have got political affiliation or inclination to your organization must come to an end. And I think this is one reason the people of Zambia voted in the manner they voted on 2012, on the 12th of August 2021. But I can see certain trends continuing and you think it is normal. And for you praise singers, Baba, you pending at Lela, that, hey, now you papier for Valechta, hey, it's okay. No, it's okay. Can we as Zambians learn to say enough is enough? Regardless of our political affiliation, and say, no, this is not correct. This is correct. For me, I want to be candid and straight on these issues. If you make a mistake, I'll tell you you've made a mistake. Where you score, I'll tell you you've scored. But now papa ta fisp. Apa komaila nondo nishpali ulema. Abantu mwala ipaya kunsala by this decision vengi sana. Nde milomba. If you want to remove them, give them a grace period of 2 years. Baka ipekanye. Ukufunyako fya abantu ifi. Nde myewa kukabensalo imwaka uleisa. Abantu baka mipata. La UPND. Funyeni ama politics mu fisp. This fisp, the person we expect to be talking about it maybe because of from the political side, I think it's only the Minister of Agriculture. Provincial ministers, PSs in the provinces, stay away from fisp. Don't politicize fisp. On behalf of abantu mule folk funyapo 80%, na mipapata mweba mninane, na mupapata kwate nyuluse kubalanda na abantu abakachulila mu. Welesa wesuwe wa ikala mumulu. Wishiwa kwa Yesu mwana David. Ikila mumitima ya baba mninefwe. Wefunya abantu pa fisp. Abruptly. Ngabale folk bafunya apolesa wesu. Maybe okwe bati baba pele ko grace period nangu 2 years, 3 years, mukabati after 3 years tukamifunya hapo. Fili yako. But ngabali no olusi okuchila pama pepotwa ife wala ikila mutima wabo lesa wandi. Baba lekefya abantu balepoka because idani subsidy. Pantu mutengo wa fertilizer wali nina. To allow abantu at least abantu abasekera mumuli da fisp steba labene mupela bachitanga balima balabambi abo tapokele fisp baba pela kwa mataba baledi yako ngani mumishi nomba mfunyepo abantu 80% mwe bamnyina neshua nanguluse mushakwata awe. My advice is in earnest and I hope you follow this advice. Let me talk about the issue that has also come to my knowledge. And yesterday, I did go to Ndola to check on this, to verify. This government came to power on the basis of prudent management of resources. Prudent management of resources and zero tolerance to corruption. But panono, you have started drifting away from these norms for which the Zambian people trusted you and gave you the vote. I want the Minister of Infrastructure Development and the Provincial Permanent Secretary for the Copper Belt to answer this question. Countrymen and women, you know what has happened in Ndola? Before the new Ndola airport was created, or before the new Ndola airport was built, there were two important institutions that were built or established near the airport. The first one was the Dagama Short Memorial Site, where the crash for the late Dagama Short, who was the Secretary General of the UN, died. May his soul rest in peace. And secondly, the PF government built the Ndola Technical Secondary School. When they built the Ndola Technical Secondary School, PF built a tarmac road, constructed a tarmac road from the Ndola dual carriageway all the way up to the furthest point, which at that time was the memorial site, the Dagama Short Memorial Site, bypassing the Ndola Technical Secondary School. The tarmac road went right into Ndola Technical School, and the other one went right where the police station is and the Dagama Short Memorial Site. From the Dagama Short Memorial Site, where the tarmac road ends, there is only 500 meters of untarred road, gravel road, 500 meters. Instead of this government going to tar the remaining 500 meters to go up to the airport, they have started building a new road a few meters from the dual carriageway, which is about 4 to 5 kilometers. A new road parallel to the old road going to the airport. Can you call that prudence? Can you call that prudent expenditure? You have 500 meters remaining of tarmac road to go up to the gate of the new airport. You go and start building a brand new road from scratch, about 4 to 5 kilometers from near the dual carriageway, at the corner where there is those who have been in Ndola, where there is a Avic camp. They start building a new tarmac road going to the airport, which is almost parallel to the old road. That project is a conduit of corruption. And I'm calling upon the anti-corruption, Gilbert Piri, my brother, take interest in this project. Find out why a person, a reasonable person, can start a new road parallel to the old road. Why should people spend taxpayers' money to build a new road when there is already an existing road where you need only 500 meters to be at the gate of the airport? You go and start making another 5 kilometers of road when there are no drugs in hospitals. There is no, the machines are not working at the cancer diseases hospital. Farmers have not yet received their fisp. You go and start spending money to create a road parallel. That road which exists is in perfect condition, not even one pothole. Vaya mboku tulomusebo 4 kilometers. Vaya ni corruption. All they want is in Chekelako, because they know that they will not get much from the road that will be constructed 5 meters into the airport. Bamilupi, I'm challenging you. Explain to the nation why you've embarked on creating another road parallel to Adana in the same area. This other road only services the school and Dagama Short. And from Dagama Short, 500 meters, kuyafika pa gate ya airport. Mwayata mpoko panga tama kiimbi, spending money. That is not prudence, use of public resources. And that project must be stopped. Go and start a tarmac from where the other tarmac ends, 500 meters up to the airport. People are going to the airport, yes, deserve a tarmac road, but not to be a brand new road. This is how corruption starts. That wapanga ukabashingo ya 1 million tukalia mwishi. Mwambo pango msebo utali. When in some areas, when today the Great North Road is a sorry sight. When today the road leading to Mongu is a sorry sight. When today the road leading to Mwinilunga is a sorry sight. You go and start building a road Kuyaku Airport when you can just do 500 meters mwapwa. Anti-corruption. Take an interest in this project. Let them explain why they are doing this. Otherwise, Muchiwemba Batila Limbule Sansa Talila Amena Mishila. When we watch these things start cropping up, it will lead to very big corruption. Please, stop that project. Kapuishense ka 500 meters kalaka shalapo. Stop wasting taxpayers' money. People are suffering. You can't go and do such a thing. What explanations do you have for you to go and start a brand new road, almost 4 3 kilometers? You spend more money than you spend in finishing that 500 meters. Stop it. Stop it. And I think I'll end here. And the issue of drugs in hospitals, by UPND percent, the situation is very bad. There is no drugs in hospital. And again, it's the same thing of corruption. You want to remove all the suppliers that were supplying medicine from time immemorial to bringing in your new suppliers who you can easily talk to. Please stop it. Can we love this country for once? Can we put the country forward, not our own interests? I remember one time under PF, they removed one of the suppliers of medicine who had been there from Kaunda time. And this supplier was, I think he was called what? An international supplier. Mission Farm. Mission Farm or Mission Chem. It was actually an organization by some missionaries. They had been supplying medicine to the Zambian government from a long time, the hospital kits, and there were no shortages. A decision was made to remove them and advertise. We experienced a lot of shortages of drugs. Don't go that route. Don't go that route. Stop it. Stop it. Can this country start doing the right thing? Let's unpack. Thank you very much.